Good morning, Ajahn. Today we going to present you about cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. Blockchain is a distributed ledger where data is shared, replicated, and synchronized among the members of the decentralized network. It's recorded exchange of assets and data and distributed to all members in node in the network. The person who can only view those transactions are the person who relevant to the transaction. In a transaction, member node in a blockchain network use a consensus protocol to agree on ledger content. Cryptographic hash and digital signature is used to ensure the integrity of transaction. Consensus ensure that the shared ledger are exact copy. Cryptographic hash ensure that any alteration to transaction input indicate potentially compromised transaction input. Digital signature ensure that transaction originate from the sender. For enterprise blockchain requirement, they require to have share permission ledger, consensus protocol, cryptography, and chain code. For what is cryptocurrency? Cryptocurrency is a medium of exchange, create, and store electronically on the blockchain. It's the main of exchange, create, and store electronically on the blockchain, and its supply is determined by the protocol.
Third topic, the GDPR cheat sheet. The GDPR is a unified data privacy law that has standardized regulation across the EU. It came into effect on May 25, 2018 and applies to any business that collects personal data from EU citizens. This ensures consistent protection of individual information, no matter the size or location of the business. And why GDPR is matters. Since its implementation, GDPR has a significant impact. Since in its first year alone, nearly 90k data breach notifications were reported, highlighting the scale of privacy issue. Additionally, over 145k complaints and inquiries were submitted to EU authorities, reflecting the public growing awareness of their data right. One high-profile case involved Google, which have fined $50 million for failing to transparent about its data collection practice. This example shows how seriously GDPR enforces compliance. Impact on business. The GDPR is relevant to business of all sizes as long as they have an internet presence and interact with EU citizens. Non-compliance carries strict penalties with fine tiers based on the severities of the infraction. For instance, failing to notify user about a data breach or conduct required impact assessment can result in fine of up to 2% of the company annual revenues. And this makes crucial for business to fully understand and adhere to the regulation. For the key provision, to comply the GDPR, business must meet specific requirements. First, user consents must be clear, simple, and revocable at any time. And if there is a data breach, the affected individuals must be informed within 24 hours. And users also have to have the right to access their data whenever they request it. And they can exercise their right to deletion by asking companies to erase their personal data. And for data portability, individuals should be able to retrieve or transfer their data to another service provider seamlessly. And additionally, GDPR emphasizes privacy by design. It meaning only necessary data should be collected and access must be limited to authorized personnel. And finally, large businesses are required to appoint a data protection officer or DPO to oversee compliance if they handle significant amount of personal data or not.
Okay, moving on to 8 reasons why smartphones are a privacy nightmare. First, let's start with geo-tracking. This happens through GPS chips, cell towers, and sensors such as barometer, magnetometer, and accelerometer, which allows them to track the phone itself and also for map navigation. The risk is location tracking by apps, law enforcement, and services. And the solutions to this is disable GPS, limited app permissions, and use privacy-centric apps. Second is malicious apps. This happens from app that is from unreliable sources, misuse permissions. The risk is data theft and hidden malware. And the solutions of this is to download from trusted sources, prefer open source apps, and avoid jailbreaking devices. And the third reason is Wi-Fi tracking. This happens through public Wi-Fi connections tracking user activity. The risk is location tracking and hacking through shared networks. And the solutions to this is disable Wi-Fi in public and use VPNs for secure connections. The fourth reason is limited antivirus software. Their functions is low adoption of antivirus on phones and fake antivirus apps. Risk is, of course, virus and stolen data. Their solution to this is install trusted antivirus software and use ad blockers for malicious link prevention. And the fifth reason is camera spying. Their functions is malware or permission misuse, activating the camera, and the risk of this is unauthorized spying and data leakage. The solution to this is limited camera permissions and install apps only from trusted source. Next is microphone eavesdropping. It functions as apps or malware activating microphones for listening. The risk is eavesdropping, which means secretly listening through the microphone, and data collection for targeted ads. The solution to this is disable unnecessary microphone permissions and also turn off voice assistants. Next is the seventh reason, lack of security patches. It functions as infrequent updates for operating system and security, and the risk for this is vulnerability to malware and attacks. So the solutions is regularly update the operating system, check for manufacturer updates, and upgrade outdated device. And for the last reason is backdoor threats. It functions as governments or manufacturers or company that have secret access. The risk is large-scale tracking and, of course, data stealing. So the solution to this is use an open source devices such as Librem 5 or Pine Phone, and also avoid devices from high-risk manufacturers.
Next is the comparisons of e-commerce payment system. E-commerce payment system can be categorized into three parts, which are bank payment gateways, virtual payment wallets, and other payment system. The first one is bank payment gateway or virtual POS. The main key advantage of it is convenience, as direct money transfer to bank account, which it is very easy at the end of the month for those who deal with accounting. For disadvantages, it has high integration cost, absurd activation time, and also consume a lot of time during implementation process and often high commission. The second type is virtual payment wallet like PayPal, Stripe, Braintree, MultiSave Pay, and more. The advantage of it is global reach and offer to non-domestic public. Much more flexible in activation, advanced back-end, excellent customer security features. However, it is delayed in money reception because they act as a bridge. You need to transfer the money manually or set up automatic transfer to your bank account or credit card to access them, and it also high commission. For the last type is other payment system. It is divided into four things. The first one is cash on delivery or COD. It brings many problems to merchants like cost of the marks, which the mark is a balance between security of the customer and problem that may occur and need the merchant to resolve. The other problems are no customer withdrawal, storage cost, cost for return to the merchant. Secondly, bank transfer. It is preferable in merchants because it has no extra cost for payment collection. However, it requires daily work. Merchants need to check incoming payment, match them with unpaid order, and manually approve product shipments. This process takes about 5 to 10 minutes per order, which is manageable with one order per day, but become overwhelming with 20 or more, taking 2 to 3 hours daily. Third, it is post-pay. Post-pay is good for the customer to have rechargeable cards, but there's always a risk for scam and theft, and neither merchants nor buyer have any guarantees. And lastly is financing. Financing is mostly used for expensive items, and it helps boost sales by offering zero interest deal.
Moving on to the topics of cryptocurrency in e-commerce, blockchain technology and the pins cryptocurrency, creating virtual currency whose value fluctuates with the market. It can also serve as a secure payment method in e-commerce, offering a new way to buy and sell products online. The choice of payment method depends on factors like security, customer acceptance, and technical condition. For the benefits of integrating cryptocurrency in an online store, the first would be the growing trend, meaning cryptocurrencies are increasingly popular as investment tools, attracting users who prefer spending them. Also, it can enhance the security. Blockchain technology ensures secure, reliable, and transparent transactions. For the customer appeal, it would be beneficial for the e-commerce as well. Like it accepting the cryptocurrency can cater to tech-savvy customer, expanding payment options. For the types of virtual currency in e-commerce, the first popular cryptocurrency, such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. These are widely recognized and frequently used for payment due to their reliability and established market presence. Another would be the wide variety. With approximately 1,500 cryptocurrency in circulation, businesses can choose from numerous options and each with the unique characteristic and market values. Apart from those, it would be the selection criteria. Opting for well-known cryptocurrency ensures accessibility and customer familiarity, increasing the likelihood of their usage. The last would be the value variability. Cryptocurrency functions similarly to traditional currency but fluctuated in value based on supply and demand dynamics. The population cryptocurrency for e-commerce. The well-known one is Bitcoin, of course, widely accepted in e-commerce alongside traditional methods. Bitcoin ensures secure transaction with encrypted codes. Another one would be Ethereum. Beyond payments, it supports app development for crowdfunding and digital businesses. Ether is its currency, while Ethereum is the operating system. The last is the Litecoin. It offers faster transaction confirmations and simplicity, ideal for quick and small payments. So it leads to the conclusion that Bitcoin is the most famous coin of all because it was the first to appear on the market. It is also the most used worldwide and therefore the most interesting for our e-commerce. Some platforms facilitate the integration of Bitcoin in online store with the objective that the client can undermine their currency through purchase of online products. And these are the ends of our presentation. Thank you for listening.